1713. On the ship Henrietta Marie, chained Africans crossed the Atlantic with no room to stand. Many died before land appeared. Their bodies were thrown into the ocean behind the ship. The ocean saw.
Listen to this closely.
This happened to your bloodline.
This was planned for profit.
Your ancestors still survived it.
The water remembers your ancestors' names. Millions crossed the Atlantic in chains. Many never touched land alive. You are here because they refuse to die quietly.
Yeah. From the 1500s to the 1800s, European ships crossed West Africa, Portugal, Britain, Spain, France, and the Netherlands built this trade. They bought and kidnapped African people for labor in the Americas. Historians estimate that 10 to 12 million Africans survived the crossing. Millions more died before reaching shore. People were taken from Angola, Senegal, Ghana, Nigeria, and Congo. Many were marched hundreds of miles to slave ports and chains. At ports like Elm, the Castle, and Bonny, families were separated forever. The crossing became known as the Middle Passage. Ships packed human beings below deck like cargo. Some ships held more than 400 people at once. The British ship Brooks became famous for how tightly people were packed. Men, women, and children were chained together for weeks or months. Many could not sit upright. Disease spread fast in the heat below deck. Dysentery, fever, dehydration, and starvation killed thousands. Women were sexually abused by crew members during the voyage. Some captive jumped into the ocean rather than live in slavery in 1781. The crew of the slave ship zoned through more than 130 Africans into the sea for insurance money. The owners went to court demanding payment for the murdered people. Olaudah Equiana wrote about the smell, the chains, and the screaming in his 1789 book. Your ancestors lived through organized torture, created for money.
Do not look away from this history.
They counted black bodies as cargo,
But your ancestors kept fighting. The water remembers your ancestors' names. Millions crossed the Atlantic in chains. Many never touched land alive. You are here because they refuse to die quietly.
yeah. The Middle Passage helped build the economies of Europe and America. Sugar plantations in the Caribbean depended on enslaved labor. Cotton plantations in the American South depended on enslaved labor. Banks, shipping companies, and insurance firms made fortunes from slavery. Cities like Liverpool and Bristol grew rich from slave voyages in the United States. Slavery expanded after the invention of the cotton gin in 1793. By 1860, nearly 4 million enslaved black people lived in America. Congress banned the importation of enslaved Africans in 1808. But slavery continued inside the country. Children were still sold away from parents at auctions. Black families were still whipped, branded, and controlled by force.
What's going on, guys? We are back on it, and it's time to dive right into it. I just went live on my IG. You know, IG got 1 hour, and I really want to talk about this because here's my problem with intersectionality. America is a very racist country, racist to its fucking core. Racism is not limited to the right wing. There are plenty of racist people on the left, period. And that's just facts over feelings. Imagine attacking Jasmine Crockett. Imagine attacking Michelle and Barack Obama. Imagine attacking Kamala Harris. Who has fucking did more for black liberation than these people? when I gotta pick, I'm in this bitch for black liberation. Understand that. If I gotta choose, if that big ass banister in my room where I record most of my shit at, if that big black liberation movement banister don't get you to understand, nothing will. I don't give a damn about AIPAC. AIPAC was created by racist ass white people. The country of Israel was created by racist ass white people. Racist ass white people will have to defeat that shit. How dare you come and try to use that to imagine weaponizing AIPAC to attack black women. Let me tell you something, man. Fucking white America will believe any fucking lie about a black woman while simultaneously ignoring all truth about a white man. That's where we at. That's where the hell we are in this country right now. They talked all that shit. They talked shit about Michelle Obama, said she was a man. They talked shit about Kamala Harris, said she slept her way to the top. Said that she locked up black men. Said that she's a Zionist, right? That's the new attack thing. Now black people are Zionists and shit now. They said Barack Obama was a Muslim, that he wasn't even an American citizen, that he was a war criminal, that he was a Zionist. That's funny, man. That's funny how y'all keep talking all that shit about Israel. Man, fuck Israel. Fuck Israel because they're racist. But don't you ever in your life think you go use attack a point to attack us. Hold on, man. My boy calling me. Hey, yo, what up, man? I'm live, man. What's cracking? Can you hear me? Oh, shit, hold on. Hey, can you hear me? Hey, let me call you back, man, after I'm doing the live stream, because obviously I can't hear you. All right, I'm back. My boy is calling me up. But this is crazy to me. Imagine fixing your mouth to attack Jasmine Crockett. Are you serious right now? Let's get it. Let's get up in here. Man, listen, I love Jasmine Crockett. If Jasmine Crockett run for president, I will donate a part of my retirement pay for her monthly. Jasmine Crockett is the future of the Democratic Party. If the Democratic Party gonna have a future, she damn well best believe be part of that shit. Now let me show you what Jasmine Crockett has been doing even after these demons fired her. Remember, Jasmine Crockett did not lose a free and fair election. Racist ass white people destroyed her district down there in the Jim Crow South. Racist ass white people destroyed Al Green's position. They did not lose a free and fair election. They were gerrymandered to hell. So she jumped to try to get into the Senate position. But white people had every fucking excuse why they could not support Jasmine Crockett. She took AIPAC money. She support AIPAC candidates. White people will believe any lie about a black person. But who the fuck is supporting Israel more than Trump, more than the right wing? Where was all this leftist energy when they destroying our fucking voting rights? Are y'all leading the fucking charge out there? Are you leading the boycotts? Fuck no, because your ass is performative. You performative, man. You will never speak for us. Understand that. I don't give a damn. If your skin is white, you can never speak for black liberation. Period. Fuck about some stuff. Y'all weaponize that shit against fucking Joe Biden. What's happened overseas? They told your ass what was going to happen. Everybody warned you that their life would be worse if you let Trump get in office. Hold on, I don't know why the fuck my phone reset. Get some bullshit going on. I guess they on my shit. Anyway, while that shit is figuring it out, we're going to keep it moving.
Are the Proud Boys a white supremacist organization? Yes or no?
It depends on how you define it.
I'm not on their mailing list. I don't know.
No, they're not white supremacists.
And you know what? I do believe that y'all believe that. Let's try another one. Neo-Nazis. Nazis is in their name. Are they white supremacists?
Neo-Nazis, are they white supremacists?
Yes or no?
What's that?
Yes or no?
They're certainly anti-Semitic. which I would join with any member of the Democratic Party. Mr. Nadler earlier was talking about standing up for the Jewish
reclaiming
people.
my time.
Be happy
Next.
to do
Yes, they're white supremacists.
Woo, thank God. Jesus Christ, I didn't think we were going to get there. Oh my gosh, let me be clear. Proud Boys are freaking white supremacists. Neo-Nazis are too. And this president, who loves to coddle white supremacists, has decided that they should be given checks. It is clear that neo-Nazis as well as Proud Boys joined in on January 6th. Yet this slush fund that they keep talking about is specifically to give them money. You're telling me that $2 billion in the same country that I'm sure some of y'all would struggle with whether or not the enslavement of black people was good or bad. I'm not even gonna go there and ask y'all the question because y'all struggle with defining that these people were white supremacists. But this country still hasn't thought that reparations made sense for black folk in this country. But at the same time, they've decided that people that are in organizations that are absolutely white supremacy organizations should get our tax dollars because they decided to tear apart or attempt to tear apart our democracy. They are being rewarded. Some of y'all need to read up on your history books, the very same ones that the Republicans have decided that people should not hear about because you don't want real history taught in our schools because you're afraid that it's going to hurt people's feelings to know that their ancestors were so savage that they would enslave black folk. You don't want them to understand why the 14th Amendment mattered then and it matters today. You don't want them to understand that when they draw these racist lines and tell black folk that they shouldn't have representation in this country, that it is against the Constitution. You want them to be ignorant so that they can sit up here and be your token for your mission.
Expired.
Jasmine Crockett speaks for all of us, period. Jasmine Crockett not only spoke for the people of Texas, she spoke for every black man, woman, and child in America. Jasmine Crockett is black liberation, period. If you attack Jasmine Crockett, you're attacking black liberation. And I don't want to hear shit about a criticism. No, you motherfuckers talked all kind of shit. I saw that shit from, what the fuck? I don't even follow these guys anymore, man. The same people that lied and said she took AIPAC money was the same one here playing this fucking video saying she supported someone else. Well, let's be clear. We lost seats. Cori Bush and Jamal lost their fucking seats. Primarily because they put Palestine over black liberation. Got your ass out here, man, and got ate up by AIPAC. And where was these people at? Where were all these leftists at? Were they out here fucking rallying for you? Hell no. But they so quick to have black people name in their mouth. So quick to talk shit about Kamala Harris. What the fuck happened to Michigan? Racist ass people flip Michigan. Imagine, see, this is why that pro-Palestine shit, there's nothing wrong with being pro-Palestinian. But if you try to put that shit over black liberation, that's why I got a problem with you. Imagine attacking your best chance to have peace in the Middle East. Everybody warned your ass what will happen if you let Trump back in office. But you stayed on that stupid genocide shit that was happening there. And you would not wake up. Yeah, this fucking phone really pissing me off now. I'm just sitting here in this fucking mode, man. And so now, that's it. Now, life is far worse for the Palestinians over there. And did the left learn their lesson? Fuck no. If anybody like talking about you voted third party, man, you a goddamn fool. Let's just keep it real. Third party is a vote for Trump. Clearly, you don't know how power works in this country. Voting third party is a joke. What the fuck was Jill Stein gonna do? Jill Stein was a fucking Russian agent. Cornel West got paid by the right wing. He couldn't even manage his own finances. And with Joseph Obama, what the fuck are we talking about here, man? Please don't come in here and tell me you black liberation, but you don't understand how black power works. That you out here getting caught up in some white supremacist talking points. If white people got a problem with AIPAC, they need to go storm that shit. If white people want to break the alliance with Israel, then white people never got out there and do it. We're not going to be your fucking scapegoat. How many Palestinian people inside of Congress lost their position fighting over black liberation? I'll fucking wait. I'll wait, man. Name one person that was pro-Palestine inside of fucking Congress that lost their position fighting for black liberation. But yet we got 2 black people that lost their shit. And you still attacking black people. In this target fucking rich environment, all these fucking Klansmen got their robes off now, man. They mask off in this bitch. And you still got energy to attack Jasmine Crockett? That let me know your ass is racist too. Or you a buck dancer for them. I'm about to reset this damn thing. Piss me off. This damn phone just said the hell with it. Hold on, I think I can get this damn thing reset. Why I'm getting this damn phone to reset. This is the problem though, guys. This is the problem. It's the same playbook. It's the same fucking playbook. When it comes to racism, the left and right wing is the same thing. Please, man, where your people at? Where were your candidates at? Everybody that's on this, that's attacking Jasmine Crockett, everyone that attacked Kamala Harris, everyone that attacked Barack Hussein Obama, who is your candidate then? Barack Obama did mad shit for black people. Are you kidding me? He did mad shit for black people. Motherfuckers ungrateful. Ungrateful as fuck, man. Barack Obama is the greatest president in American history. I said what the fuck I said. And for people who don't understand, the Affordable Health Care Act saved black lives. That is fucking black liberation. What's the number one killer of black people? It's not crime. It's not fucking slave catchers. It's fucking health issues. Do you understand? Barack Obama still helped black people by passing the Affordable Health Care Act. 20 million people got access to health care. Pre-existing conditions went away. That's called being fucking selfless. Did it help me directly? No, because I changed my life to the military industrial complex. I have health care for life through TRICARE. Imagine that shit, man. Imagine that. All right, let me get my shit back up in here. Let me see if I can get this damn thing back up. I'm gonna let this spin back up, guys. I'm gonna jump back in here. I'm gonna run this shit back for my live on. I got to jump back on IG because Amanda Seales talked mad shit, and we're gonna cover that too in the video. She talked mad shit about Jasmine Crockett, and I'm not having that shit, man. If you attacking Jasmine Crockett, you the ops. You the fucking ops. I'm gonna treat your ass like you the ops. If you attacking Kamala Harris, you the fucking ops. Clearly your ass getting paid for by the right wing. Fucking Confederacy out here in your face. And you still talking shit about, you still got black people name in your mouth? When the Confederacy's out here, the fucking Confederate States is rising like a motherfucker. Confederate flags in this bitch, and you still got black women name in your mouth? Fuck are we talking about, man? So no white leftists go ever speak over us. Period. I said what the hell I said, man. Imagine talking shit about Jasmine Crockett after everything she's out here doing. Fighting against racist ass Hot Wheels down there in Texas. Texas racist as fuck. Texas is hostile as hell to black people. And this powerful black woman, first of all, Jasmine Crockett got fucking money. She a lawyer. She got long money. She don't need this shit. No, I need to get it. But she's still out there fighting for us. And these weak ass leftists, man, talking that shit. Fuck Amanda Seales. I said what I said. I quit fucking with her the moment she talked shit about Barack Obama. The moment she let them fools say that Obama was a war criminal, I quit fucking with Amanda Seals then. She performative as fuck, man. Fake ass revolutionary, man. Fake ass revolutionary. A lot of them motherfuckers, man, fake. She couldn't see Jasmine Crockett. She can't see Barack and Michelle Obama. She can't see Kamala Harris, period. That girl's a fucking joke. She out here on the side. She go fuck around and go out like Sean King. What she gonna do? Anybody heard Sean King performative ass? No, he got squad wiped and went and sat his ass down somewhere overseas trying to get money. Performative, man. I don't have time for that performative shit. I'm gonna try to get my ass back on this live again. I obviously didn't like my damn thing. Let's get back up in here. Let's run this right back. Let's run this right back, man. Hey, at the risk of getting clapped again, guys, we're going to run this right back. So, look, guys, I got hit up. I'm going to go back over this again for people who missed it. But if you got the energy to attack Jasmine Crockett, if you got the energy to attack Michelle Obama or Barack Obama, if you got the energy to attack Vice President Kamala Harris, then you let me know that you the ops, because the Confederacy is right here rising in your face. Where were you? Where were you when these dudes overturned the Voting Rights Act? Where was your energy then? That let me know who you are. And Amanda Seals could never see Michelle Obama. Amanda Seals could never see Jasmine Crockett. If she lived to be 105, she can't do what the fuck Jasmine Crockett doing out there. Jasmine Crockett did not lose her election. Racist white people erased her district. Racist white people erased Al Green's district after he'd been out here marching the streets with us. Where the fuck was these leftists then? Where was their outrage? Was you storming the streets for these black people? No. You were not, man, because you are performative. You are performative, man. They better sit their ass around, man. So it is what it is. Let's get it. Let me run this shit back for those who miss it, because I for some reason my damn phone reset. I want you guys to hear, even after they destroyed Jasmine Crockett's seat, even after she lost to Tallarico, which is a damn shame in Texas, because white women didn't think she had a chance to make it. So it is what it is. I want you to hear the work she's still doing out here for Black liberation.
Are the Proud Boys a white supremacist organization? Yes or no?
It depends on how you define it.
I'm not on their mailing list. I don't know.
No, they're not white supremacists.
And you know what? I do believe that y'all believe that. Let's try another one. Neo-Nazis. Nazis is in their name. Are they white supremacists?
Neo-Nazis, are they white supremacists?
Yes or no?
What's that?
Yes or no?
They're certainly anti-Semitic, which I would join with any member of the Democratic Party. Mr. Nadler earlier was talking about standing up for the Jewish
reclaiming my time, next.
Yes, they're white supremacists.
Woo, thank God. Jesus Christ, I didn't think we were going to get there. Oh my gosh, let me be clear. Proud Boys are freaking white supremacists. Neo-Nazis are too. And this president, who loves to coddle white supremacists, has decided that they should be given checks. It is clear that neo-Nazis as well as Proud Boys joined in on January 6th. Yet this slush fund that they keep talking about is specifically to give them money. You're telling me that $2 billion in the same country that I'm sure some of y'all would struggle with whether or not the enslavement of black people was good or bad. I'm not even gonna go there and ask y'all the question, because y'all struggle with defining that these people were white supremacists. But this country still hasn't thought that reparations made sense for black folk in this country. But at the same time, they've decided that people that are in organizations that are absolutely white supremacy organizations should get our tax dollars, because they decided to tear tear apart or attempt to tear apart our democracy. They are being rewarded. Some of y'all need to read up on your history books, the very same ones that the Republicans have decided that people should not hear about, because you don't want real history taught in our schools, because you're afraid that it's going to hurt people's feelings to know that their ancestors were so savage that they would enslave black folk. You don't want them to understand why the 14th Amendment mattered then and it matters today. You don't want them to understand that when they draw these racist lines and tell black folk that they shouldn't have representation in this country, that it is against the Constitution. You want them to be ignorant so that they can sit up here and be your token for your mission.
Expired.
So I see, hold on guys. I see this guy talking about all this shit, man. About let me run this back to you again. I don't care about Hassan. Who did Hassan vote for in 2024? I got more shit out there, but who did Hassan vote for in 2024? If you mad about AIPAC, then white people, what you gonna do about AIPAC? White people created AIPAC. White people created the state of Israel. White people said that those white people over there are the real Jews. White people armed them. White people gave them nuclear weapons. White people sat on their ass while they've been killing off their neighbors since 1947. So what are we talking about? Don't bring that AIPAC shit here to black people, because once again, white people in the United States of America will believe any fucking lie said about a black woman, but ignore all truth when it comes to a white one. Period. That's just the facts, man. But let's keep going, because I hold that thought, man, because I like my boy Kitty. Kitty on fire, man. Let's get these next two runs.
Let me tell you what I really fucking think. You know what I really think? I think that autopsy pissed these motherfuckers off, so they thought they was gonna dunk on Kamala today. They swore up and down confirmation bias is gonna say Palestine, 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 even though these people been genocide, and even though that you guys refused to even listen to the people you were advocating for, the Palestinians in Gaza, not Dearborn, Gaza, wanted Kamala, but y'all didn't want to listen to them because y'all were too busy screaming at the top of your fucking lungs over them for you to hear them. But because they didn't say what y'all wanted to say in that DNC autopsy, y'all said one way or motherfucking other, we gonna beat a black bitch's ass today, so let's pick Jasmine. Let's go after Jasmine, because we can't get Kamala. Let's get Jasmine. That's really what the fuck is going on, and can't nobody convince me otherwise.
That's exactly what the fuck is going on, man. Listen, I dealt with them racist ass leftists. Even when I came on this app, man, they thought they could speak over us, man. White people ain't gonna never be able to speak over us, this motherfucker, man. Let me be clear. Man, I don't give a fuck what you did. Not a day in your fucking life will you be able to speak for black people. Nobody went through the shit we went through in this country and still out here doing shit. Where the fuck was your outrage when they destroyed Jasmine Crockett district? Jasmine Crockett was not just representing people in Texas. She stood on business for everybody. I gladly gave her my goddamn money and will do it again. Jasmine Crockett is the best fucking thing about Texas right now. The absolute best. And I'll be damned if I let anybody shit on her. If you if you got beef with Jasmine, you got beef with me. Period. You got beef with Barack and Michelle Obama, you got beef with me. You got beef with Kamala Harris, you got beef with me. Racism, man. Racism. How dare you weaponize somebody else suffering to come after black liberation? What the fuck has Amanda Seals' performative ass done that could match anything about I said about those three people? She can't see nothing. She can't see Stacey Abrams. She can't see nobody in this bitch out here. Man, hold on. Before I really go down this damn rabbit hole, let's keep it moving. Because I want you to hear my boy go in on fucking Piper too.
Look, I don't care where you stand politically, but what they're doing to Hassan Piker, this cannot stand. We must do something.
I don't give a fuck. I'm sure Kamala would have done the same thing. I'm sure she would have subpoenaed your former fat ass too. I don't know if y'all remember, but Hassan titties was bigger than fucking Aretha Franklin's. He got so much shit to say about niggas. His ass lost 5 motherfucking pounds to think he the shit because he found his dick when he couldn't find it before because he had that fucking skin, that flap hanging over it. Well, Kenny, why are you so mean? Because fuck that Turkish white ass bitch. I don't give a fuck. He wanted to play Russian roulette with black people civil rights and civil liberties, why the hell do I have to fight a fucking fight that had already been motherfucking won? Because he want to motherfucking tell people to sit their ass at home, or, oh, the lesser of two motherfucking evils and want to play these goddamn motherfucking games. Fuck him. He knew what the fuck was gonna happen. Kamala told you 25 million motherfucking times on the campaign trail in 107 goddamn days. Roll the clip.
And he tells us what he would do if he is elected president. So here tonight, I will show you one example of Donald Trump's worldview and intentions. Please roll the clip.
The worst people are the enemies from within.
The enemy from within. Those people are more dangerous, the enemy from within, than Russia and China.
These people should be put in jail the way they talk about our judges and our justices.
He described anybody who disagreed with him as the enemy within. Hassan, you were the fucking enemy, but yet you helped your enemy. And now your ass is being subpoenaed. So how the fuck I'm supposed to feel bad for a bitch who was motherfucking warned? I don't feel bad for you, ho. I said what I said and I'm standing on it. Cancel me. I'm supposed to feel bad for a rich white ass bitch who motherfucking nepo baby with motherfucking money, while my people's vote is gonna be worth 1/5 of a motherfucking vote, as we are seen as 1/5 of a motherfucking human. Fuck you, you fucking racist ass bitch. Go ahead and make motherfucking excuses for this lily white hoe. I don't give a fuck.
People might say that's harsh.
Well, so what she did to me was even worse.
Straight up, man. But let's keep it going, man. Because I want you to hear what set me off with Amanda Seals.
Now, I told you that Jasmine Crockett was a full of shit Zionist climber. And y'all said, stop bringing down black women. I bring down black women who are bringing down black women.
Who has done more for black liberation? Amanda Seals or Jasmine Crockett? Jasmine Crockett is the best fucking thing to come out of Texas. Took the fight to Trump many times. Has been holding it down in the fucking Jim Crow South. What the fuck have you done again, Amanda Seals? Besides talk shit about Michelle Obama when she warned black voters the danger of letting Trump back in office again. No, you brung people on to shit on Michelle Obama and call her husband a war criminal instead of rallying the black vote. Who the fuck did you vote for again in 2024, Amanda? Paging Cornel West, paging Jill Stein. How did that shit work out for you? Let me guess, you really advanced black liberation by going on Jubilee and talking to a bunch of conservatives about how black people deserve reparations. But I guess you don't understand how representation works. You're not getting no motherfucking reparations without black people in the fucking halls of Congress. And because you fucking morons can't get through your thick skulls that by attacking people like Jasmine Crockett and Michelle Obama, you are fucking with our voting power. You're fucking with our political power. But I guess that shit is just all performative for y'all anyway. Let's just keep it real. You couldn't see Jasmine Crockett in 5 lifetimes. Matter of fact, I'll put Jasmine Crockett against any of you motherfucking leftists that's talking shit about her. Show me what you did more for black liberation than Jasmine Crockett. Stitch the video, come and let me know what the fuck have you done for black liberation. Imagine attacking the best first lady in history. Imagine calling Barack Obama a fucking war criminal. What the fuck have you done for black people, Amanda? I'll fucking wait. What if any of you so-called radicals have done besides get on this bitch and cry? Because unless you're willing to go out here and lead the fucking charge to overthrow the government, you just, like I said, the shit is just all performative for you. And remember, boys and girls, the only good Nazi is a dead motherfucking Nazi. And whether it takes 10 months or 10 years, we must be absolutely relentless in our fight against the white delusion of white supremacy. So let's get at it, man. There is a concerted effort to bring down black vote. It's always been about this. Remember, when the Democrats gave black people the right to vote, white people were so fucking upset, they fled the Democratic Party forever and became proud-ass racist Republicans. That's when the party switch happened. When black people got the right to vote, they lost their damn minds. The Democratic Party never had the majority white vote again in this country. Never again. Not for Bill Clinton, not for Barack Obama, not for Jimmy Carter. That's just facts, man. They always wanted to destroy our ability to vote. They can't stand us, but they're obsessed with us. So how can you not, how you go be for black liberation, but you're not fighting against white supremacy? How you go be for black liberation, but you're attacking our most powerful black people? How could you go after Kamala Harris? After all this shit that they was doing. The best representation out there, Kamala Harris was the first black female vice president in history. The very first one. But instead of going and listening to what she's telling you, y'all listen to fucking lies. That she slept her way to the top. That she's not really black. All that dumb shit. You let these demons divide us. All these fake ass pro-black advocates. But you don't understand how the electoral college works. That shit is rigged against us. Fuck you mean you voting third party? Third party ain't winning. You could have wrote my name in that bitch then if you gonna throw away your vote. There is no third party in America. It's a fucking myth. Just like we told you in 2016. Either Hillary Clinton was going to become president or Donald Trump was going to become president. Told your ass in 2020. Joe Biden going to be president or Trump going to be president. Told your ass in 2024. Donald Trump will come back and tear this shit up or you go put Kamala Harris in there. It's an open fucking book test, man. And y'all coming up with every other reason. You worried about shit that you can't control overseas. Imagine putting the genocide in Gaza over our liberation right here. Before Israel exists, we've been fighting for our motherfucking rights in here. Before AIPAC existed, black people been in this bitch in the struggle. And you so quick to turn on us. So quick to stab somebody in the back, man. All that shit, man. I expect it from the racist ass white people on MAGA. But please don't tell me you love intersectionality if you don't understand the threat on fucking black liberation today. The Republican Party has declared war on black people. Destroy 600,000 jobs from black people. Fucking cut 80% of the black workforce. And you still got black people name in your fucking mouth? Miss me with that damn intersectionality. I'm here for black liberation, period. And other people can tag along, but understand, if it come to me, I'm standing on black liberation because ain't nobody gonna fight for black people like us. Ain't nobody gonna fucking fight for us. My mama was a fucking slave. A slave in Mississippi. Niggas still ain't got no fucking rights in Mississippi, man. You know what they do to black people in Mississippi? You know how much shit we put up with in these southern states? So I don't give a fuck. You need to be rallying for black liberation. An attack on fucking black power is an attack on all of us. How the hell you gonna come after Jasmine Crockett? She's been our strongest advocate. Somebody said, why live in Mississippi? Because motherfuckers too poor to leave Mississippi, bro. Are you kidding me? It ain't that easy to get out of there. But I say, absolutely boycott the South. Absolutely flee to other states if you have to. I don't fuck with red states at all. I do not travel in red states. I don't want nothing to do with red states. If I'm in there for strictly business and I'm getting the fuck out. I'm heavily armed while I'm in that bitch. That's what you got to understand, man. But let's keep going. Because I need you to understand something. Let me show you something. Matter of fact, I got another video here. I'm going to let you know how it is for poor people in the South if you black.
When it comes down to the dynamics of poverty, I need people to truly understand that when a Southerner get on here, especially a Mississippian, tell y'all that the poverty in Mississippi is real. Like we're not over exaggerating. We're not making that shit up. Those are specifically the areas that we should use as examples of how we are still behind in the United States of America. Now, Mississippi is so motherfucking poor that the police officers really don't do about a goddamn thing. Like, it is quite literally easy to get away with murder in Mississippi if you come down to it, especially if you are in the right specific cities, because a lot of the cities in Mississippi do not have the funding to really do much of any sort of investigations. So a lot of the times either you get off on a clean slate a lot of the motherfucking times, or your ass is in jail for a little minute because they done caught up to you and somebody done actually racked up a lot of fucking evidence to get your ass up in that motherfucker. A lot of street justice is done in Mississippi than there is actual legal justice. Because again, either the police turn a completely blind eye because of the violence that does transpire in Mississippi, or when they do decide to lock your ass up, you gone for a little minute because they done got enough evidence out the streets to really block your ass up legally type shit. Barefooted is still a thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, people do walk around barefooted. I don't know what it is like, but when I was growing up, let me emphasize that, when I was growing up, walking around barefooted was a normal motherfucking thing. Children being outside with rags, you know what I'm saying? Like, what I mean by rags, like children outside. We literally had outside clothes, and then we had clothes specifically for uniforms. Everybody know outside clothes is any motherfucking clothes that done got too motherfucking little for you, and your parents don't actually got the money to buy you some actual real clothes that fits your body. So all of your old clothes, you still wearing them motherfuckers, but they're just called outside clothes. So just imagine a child outside with a motherfucking shirt that's running up their goddamn stomach, and they flooding with their motherfucking pants on. It's not the fact that it's done purposely, it's the fact that that's just they outside motherfucking clothes. Growing up having hand-me-downs was literally normal as fuck. Whoever was the oldest, and I'm not talking about no regular hand-me-downs, I'm talking about hand-me-down clothes that your grandma used to wear when she was growing up. She handing that shit down because, again, nobody can afford to really even go to the nearest Walmart to get the children no motherfucking clothes. See what I'm saying? That's poor. Another area of poor when I was growing up, when we ain't had no motherfucking lights or no sort of motherfucking, you know, what it is, no lights, no electricity, we raise all those motherfucking windows up as high as we can, especially during the nighttime, to get some motherfucking air cooling off in that motherfucker. But in the daytime, you ain't got no other choice but to go outside. Go outside, eat popsicles, go outside, go to the teapot lady house, go outside, help grandma chuck some peas, cut up some watermelons, you know, go clean out the greens some, because staying in the house is literally fucking torture. It's fucking torture. And then again, my grandma did teach me how to really live when we ain't got no AC, you feel me? Especially going to go get some motherfucking ice, get you a fat ass metal fan, and let that shit just blow through that metal fan. You got you some nice little cooling air, you know what I'm saying? Another poverty-stricken thing that I was raised off on was literally throwing all my clothes in the motherfucking tub and stomping on them bitches. Stomping on them because that was a normal washing machine. After you stomp on them motherfuckers, you go out there, you wring them bitches, and you put them hoes on the clothesline. Clothesline still exists in Mississippi depending on how far out in Mississippi you go. I used to love going on the clothesline until the motherfucking walls is hiding inside the motherfucking clothesline poles. Now I'm out there fighting for my motherfucking life. See what I'm saying? A lot of the shit that I was raised off that was poverty stricken, like dirt, dusty, motherfucking poor. When people tell y'all that it is hard as fuck to get your motherfucking ass out of Mississippi, they're not motherfucking lying. They're not lying. I was raised in a fucking one bedroom that literally had 10 to 11 people living in that bitch. One bedroom, 10 to 11 people stocked up like sardines in that hole. Let me repeat myself. One bedroom with 10 people stocked up in their hole like sardines. We built everything from the ground up. We was literally community. When I was growing up, bartering was a thing. So if we didn't, well, my grandma one day to get no motherfucking groceries, she was literally knocking on doors, or sometimes she didn't have to knock on doors because all the old people was already sitting outside bartering, giving out specific foods to everybody that possibly did not eat today, or their kids didn't fucking eat. And then you got my grandma out there basically doing cleaning services, or my grandpa, he's someone down the street probably mowing the lawn for somebody, or cutting down their bushes, or my uncle, he's under somebody's car, fix somebody's car for the day so we can be able to get a free fucking meal. Poverty is sick. It's something. And I know that ain't nothing compared to other people that probably have it worse, like the Appalachian Mountains, you know what I'm saying, where they really don't even have Wi-Fi services, like talking about it, where they legitimately just have to live in filth because of poverty. See what I'm saying? Southern poverty is something. It's psychologically warfare. It quite literally is, because when you think you got yourself out of the fucking hole, you are reminded that that hole is only enlarging to give you the illusion that it is being filled, and nothing is being filled. All of your problems are just getting bigger. But because the system is so fucking non-existent in a sense when it comes down to Mississippi, because again, it's not like Mississippi don't do justice. It's not like it doesn't happen. It's just that the justice only motherfucking happen if the street already did the evidence, and the white man just simply want to fucking kill somebody that motherfucking day. But on average, yeah, I try to explain Mississippi poverty as best as I possibly can, especially being from the D South and then having to move to Jackson where I got my education and everything. But that shit past what people would define as ghetto, because you know ghetto is more so ghetto. It's dirty, it's loud, it's polluted, it's people just being around just poor, but it's past that. You know what I'm saying? That shit out there is the Great Depression damn near when I was living in that hole. And that's why it's a saying that if you can get your ass out of Mississippi, you can make it anywhere in fucking life, because Mississippi is quite literally built and bred and created to make everybody's life additionally harder to get out that bitch. If you wasn't already a millionaire before you went to Mississippi, it's gonna be very fucking hard. Very hard for you to adapt, adjust, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you're choosing to move there, not being born and bred there. Moving and being born and bred is two different motherfucking things.
Just so you understand what it is. And that's fact. Understand that Mississippi is so racist, man. They block black power even in their constitution. Go look up Lexington Police Department. I did reports on that. Lexington was literally stealing money from black people. They got mass graves out there, them damn slave catchers do. You see they shot up that damn UPS driver. Them two good old boys shot the UPS driver, hung jury, they didn't do shit to them. You think they're not still lynching Negroes down there in Mississippi? Of course they are. So just so you understand how the Confederacy is moving out here in these Confederate states. They celebrate the Confederacy in Mississippi. They dedicate a whole month to the Confederacy in Mississippi. Just so we understand how evil this shit gets. And them white people down there don't give a fuck about no intersectionality. They don't care about the up versus down. They care about white versus black. They will sign away their own future to keep other black people miserable. Miss me with that, man. Racism is my red line. If you racism, you're ops. Period. Let's keep it moving.
I already addressed this, but the person deleted their comment, which deletes my video. So I'll do it again. First of all, there's no we. I'm not in your church. I will talk about whatever I want to and whoever I want to until the heat death of the sun. Okay? Jasmine Crockett went to a dinner where both candidates were present because it was a county Democratic dinner. Didn't endorse anyone. Her PAC hasn't endorsed anyone. Moreover, even if she had, I don't give a shit. You're responding to a video about state house races in the South. And the reason I'm making that video is because if we don't flip state houses in the South come the census in 2030, when population migration moves a bunch of congressional seats out of California and New York and into Texas and Florida, we're going to lose Congress for a generation. Jim Crow has already been enacted in the South right now. That's why me and a whole bunch of other people were in Alabama in Montgomery last weekend. Where were you? We're talking about supporting state house and state senate candidates in Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama, North Carolina, South Carolina, etc. People who get literally chased by feral pigs when they knock doors. People who have been abandoned by the National Party. People who've been abandoned by white people on the internet who like to complain about nothing but Israel and don't give a fuck about what happens to black people in the South. You should, because the South is where they test out everything that they roll out to the rest of the country. I said this in the first video before it got deleted, but Project 2025 was tested in Tennessee before it was turned into a national document. As Stacey Abrams says, they incubate evil in the South, but we also incubate solutions. And the number of you chronically online wackos who don't follow me, who don't seem to be doing anything useful with yourself except complaining online, who come into that video and want to make this conversation about Jasmine Crockett and who she endorses and who she stood next to at a dinner, I don't give a flying fuck. You could not pay me to care. We're rolling back Jim Crow. That's what we're doing. We are flipping these state houses to try to preserve our embattled democracy. That's what we're doing. That's the we that I'm a part of. This we that you're a part of does not include me. You can keep my name all the way out of your we. I will tell you something. You want to lose more and more support for this single issue thing that you care about? Continue to show that you don't give a shit about black voters in this country.
And that's just facts, guys. And listen, she's spitting facts. Jim Crow is here. So what do you mean? There can be no intersectionality if you're not fighting against racism. You see how the Young Turks, man, old girl said that she tired talking about race. I quit fucking with the Young Turks a long time ago. I saw that shit. Once I see that racism shit, I let that shit go. It's been a lot of people in that Genocide Joe Crew shit. When they start coming with them racist ass talking points, I knew then. Racism is a white people problem. America is racist as fuck. America is so racist, they accept a white criminal, a white pedophile, a white rapist, a white insurrectionist who was convicted of damn 34 felonies. They accepted him before they accepted a powerful black woman. They would tell you any lie about these powerful black women that's running. They will put any moron up in here and try to act like they're on equal playing fields. Racism is the problem. And misogyny too. That's why Hillary didn't win. But for me, racism is my mortal enemy. Because white people love and believe their lies, man. They do a whole lot of lying in this country, especially in the South. They lie about everything, lie until they make their own reality up. And be mad as hell when you don't get in there with it. Let's keep it moving though, because I do got some videos I want to get into.
Did you know that Trump's lineage he's the only living president whose lineage did not own slaves?
Who gives a shit?
Oh, does that hurt your feelings? How bad does that hurt your feelings? Right, because you're all about racism, right? And that shit's on your racism point.
What did I say about racism? I don't understand where you're coming from.
No. You're African American, and that's your whole perspective.
Why do you conservatives always have to make everything about race?
This is actually a really useful example of how intellectually weak arguments sort of get dressed up as this gotcha moment, right? So I want to just take a brief moment to break down exactly what happened here, because recognizing the tactic actually matters more than the actual claim that he tried to make. Now, as a factual genealogical claim, what the Trump supporter said is...
Somebody said Jewish people in slavery. What do I know about that? I know before Israel existed that our ass been here enslaved for fucking years and centuries. That's what I know. I know that racist ass white people raped black women for hundreds of years, long before Israel existed. That's what I know. Period. I don't give a damn about the state of Israel right now. What I care about racist ass white people over there killing off their neighbors in the name of Jesus Christ. Please, man. You go back over and look at Israel in the 1920s. Ain't no white people over there. Y'all made that shit up. White people put them racist ass demons over there and called them God's chosen people. White people love to lie to each other. Okay? I don't want to hear shit about the Jewish Holocaust ever again. Not when they went out here and wiped out all kind of black people, when they fucking dropped 2 million of us into the ocean during the Middle Passage and still spending that slave money today. The motherfucking insurance companies like Aetna still spending that slave money, still doing all that shit today. I don't want to hear shit about Israel. You know, fuck Benjamin Netanyahu. So ain't nobody suffered like us in this country and still trying to hold this bullshit together. That's what the hell I know. All right, let's get back on it.
Broadly true. As an argument and debate, it's deeply unserious. Because what exactly are we supposed to do with that information? Like, congratulations on your ancestors' immigration timeline? Now, Reuters did do a genealogical analysis back in 2023, and they found that every living U.S. president, except for Donald Trump, had at least one direct ancestor who enslaved people. But, and this is where critical thinking comes in, people, that fact is almost entirely explained by the family's immigration timeline and not some moral superiority. Okay, Trump was the exception, largely because his paternal ancestors immigrated from Germany after slavery had already been abolished in the US. So let's be crystal clear. That's not a character reference for old Dumpy Donnie. And the reason why Isaiah Martin, who's the creator in the video, responds with "who gives a shit" is because honestly, that's the intellectually correct response. Because this information is completely irrelevant to whatever conclusion this man wants you to draw. His logic does not follow, right? You do not inherit virtue because your great-great-grandparents arrived later. And before someone says, well, Obama and Biden had slave-owning ancestors, yes, because if your family has deep American roots, especially white American lineage, that's not exactly shocking. That's how systems work. And this is where debate literacy matters, because this is what's called a non sequitur. And that means that the premise may be factually true, but the conclusion does not logically follow. Okay, and the implied argument here is that Trump's lineage didn't own slaves. Therefore, what? He's less implicated in racial power structures. He's morally superior somehow. It's proof that he can't be criticized on race-related issues. Like, say the quiet part out loud, because that's clearly where he's trying to go. And then when Isaiah dismisses it as irrelevant, what does he do? Oh, does that hurt your feelings? Which tells you everything that you need to know. Because now we've moved from argument to provocation. And it's what people do when they can't defend the argument. So they start performing competence instead. And let's talk about the racial undertone for just 1 second, because the subtext is, I just invoked slavery. And because you're black, I assume that should emotionally destabilize you. And that's bait. And when it didn't land the first time, what did he do? He doubled down and he repeated it, because the goal wasn't about discussion. The goal was to provoke reaction that he could point to as proof that he had won.
Hey, man, I hear that argument a lot, that our police trains with Israel. So during Black Wall Street, what was the slave catchers doing then? The Red Summer, when it was lynching Negroes, well before Israel became a nation. So the racist ass cops in America don't need help from Israel. Racist ass cops and slave catchers been doing that shit before Israel was a country. The fact that they sharing shit with them other racist ass white people over there in Israel don't make me no difference. But America been doing that shit. And in fact, the Nazis learned from us. The Nazis learned tactics from American racism. Because unlike Germany, unlike other countries, the South was never properly punished. The Confederacy was never properly punished for a whole ass civil war. Racist ass white people fought an entire civil war to keep us in chains. So if you want some knowledge, I got some knowledge for you. I don't give a damn about Israel, right? That's a recent problem. But ain't nobody done hatred and slavery like these demons here in America. Who the fuck you think built Israel, bro? Racist ass demons right here. Who you think brought the Nazis over here from Germany to get nuclear technology and get their stealth technology and their jet engine technology? And our streets that was based off the Autobahn. Demons. Let's continue.
Right? The strategy relied on emotional activation, not actual reasoning. Because once he gets you reacting emotionally to the conversation, then it stops being about the quality of his argument, and instead it becomes about your reaction to it. That's a very common sleight of hand. Don't miss it. The truth is that people's criticism of Trump has never hinged on whether his ancestors owned slaves. It hinges on his conduct, his words, his actions, his policy choices, and the long documented pattern of racially inflammatory, misogynistic, and deeply divisive behavior that he personally engaged in. So bringing up his family tree here is really just a red herring, right? It was an attempt to distract from the actual conversation. Racial power structures are not measured by your family tree alone. A person can absolutely benefit from systems that they did not personally create. I mean, this is literally how systemic power works, because systems outlive the people who built them, and their effects extend far beyond the original architects. I mean, that is the conversation that serious adults are having.
Straight up. And listen, it is self-evident that Trump is a racist. The racists believe he's racist. Who do you see with the Confederate flag today? Trump rallies. Trump has the Confederate flag in his midst. Period. Because racist white people love Trump. Because Trump is a racist. David Duke, a member of the Ku Klux Klan, loves Donald Trump. We've been knowing this. Trump's policies, Project 2025, is a racist white supremacist handbook. They're literally erecting statues of the Confederacy, losers who fought a civil war to keep our black asses in chains. It is self-evident that the Republican Party represents insurrection, pedophiles, the Confederacy, the myth of white supremacy. That is our number one target in this. They learn from us. Nazi Germany learned from us. America been built on genocide and racism. Let's just keep that 1,000. That is the core of this country. That is what this shit was founded on. The genocide of the natives here and chattel slavery of our black ass for 100 years. To include my mama, who was out there on that sharecropping slave shit. America's so racist that my family couldn't even tell you when she was born, what date she was born, because we did not have access to anything out there. That's how they do you in these southern states. You damn sure wasn't going to no hospital. You had that shit at your out there on that plantation. That's why she didn't even know the date or year she was born. She'd have to pick a fucking day. That's how fucking racist the United States of America is. And you lying ass demons will never distract me about AIPAC. I don't give a fuck about AIPAC. Shit, I would give a fuck about the Confederacy right here. Don't you ever fix your lips to attack a black woman in the name of AIPAC or in the name of fucking Palestine. It's racist ass demons right here that's fighting us. How dare you? And once again, anybody who talking shit about Jasmine Crockett, do what she did. Get out there and do that shit. You can't do it. You're just a fucking hater, man. Imagine hating on a powerful black woman. I love fucking Jasmine Crockett. I wish you would run for president. Because believe me, there's plenty of legitimate criticism for the Democratic Party. We need a hell of a lot more Jasmine Crockett's inside of that fucking House of Representatives. But you let these slave fucking catching Confederate demons destroy her damn district. So let's show you some more about how they weaponize everything, destroy black neighborhoods, and then talk shit about broken families.
The crack epidemic, the war on drugs. The reason why a 17-year-old, a 15-year-old want to walk around in a shiesty mags is because of the crack era. It's literally because of that. That's from the crack era. You can go spend $50 and come up on $200 in a day. So you do that 5 times in one day. As addicted as people are to crack, you just came up on a wreck. Now you can go buy your own ounce. You in the game off of $50. You dig what I'm saying? We talking about something that like completely obliterated our community in every aspect. Ronald Reagan and a full-scale CIA operation. It was a declaration of war on the black community. It was a chemical warfare. A lot of times when black people talk about the black community, when they talk about tight-knitness, when they talk about the family unit, us owning our own businesses, what they're talking about is pre-desegregation, right? And a lot of those movements happened pre-crack era too. You know, the civil rights movement, the Black Panther movement, the black empowerment movement, period. All of that was squandered due to the war on drugs. Not only level of addiction, but we get breakdown of family dynamics, right? One person in your family being addicted to crack will literally ruin your whole family. We talking about mothers and fathers. We talking about women who have been like the women who raised America, black women who raised America. Up until probably about 20 years prior to the crack epidemic, we're still raising white people's children. The mothers of America were addicted to drugs and like completely abandoning their children. The breakdowns of businesses, the breakdown of black trust, the breakdown of black love, exploiting our community for our own profit. All of these things happen in this thing where we also get an onset of like all of these things, all these organizations that were once here to protect us have now become warring factions and gangs predicated on violence and drug trade. So we enriching ourselves off of destruction of ourselves. Look at the effects that it had. We talk about, oh, we don't do business with each other. Oh, we don't do this. It's because like we learned how to hustle. Instead of doing business, we became hustlers. So we just looking for the quick flip. We're looking for instant gratification. It just fucked everything up, like literally. And we ain't to blame for that. But we did participate in it. Because best believe before they did it to us, they did it on rats. This ain't nothing they just thought was gonna work. This is science. They knew this shit was gonna work. It's war. That's what it is. It's chemical warfare. This is the first time you got kids like, fuck my mama. Fuck my daddy. You think about that, that's a powerful thing, bro. Yeah. This is why niggas want to talk about the Grand Canyon and aliens and shit like that, because you want to disassociate, because the reality is hard to cope with. That shit is fucked up. And it sounds good. But what you're really doing is detaching from reality. Reality is enough. That shit fucked up all on its own. You walk in.
Hey, he's spitting straight facts, man. I mean, you look at this, and they love Ronald Reagan. They love Ronald Reagan, man. Ronald Reagan damn near doubled the incarceration for people. And most people who caught up in there, black people. Remember, they didn't give a damn about cocaine. Powder cocaine was not as heavily charged as crack was because they targeted black people. It was always the thing to get us back into slavery. Remember, slavery is abolished in America unless you are incarcerated. If you are incarcerated, welcome back. Welcome back to the plantation. Ronald Reagan was a master of the Southern strategy. He took Nixon thing, he won in a fucking landslide. Look how he devastated America. And they loved him for that shit. Even in California was red as fuck for Reagan. But they hated our black ass. Just so you know, man, what we up against. This system benefits white people, period. If you're not other than white, your life is already gonna get harder. They want black people to be the permanent underclass in this country. That is the goal, to get us back in them chains, as close as back in them chains as possible. Look how they treat the opioid crisis now, how much help they give these white people. They didn't give a damn about that. I knew not to touch them drugs because I watched what it did to people. I never was sold that shit. That's why I became a soldier. I damn sure wouldn't become no slave catcher and lock up my own people. That's why I joined the military industrial complex. Didn't want to get smoked on the streets. So that is where we're at right now. And now, white America has shown us exactly who they are. They let the Confederate demons come back. So I don't give a shit about people screaming about AIPAC this or AIPAC that. That is something for white people to deal with. In Israel, that's a problem overseas. But I'm damn sure not going to withdraw support from Jasmine, Crockett, or any of our people out here who've been doing it for black people. Ain't happening. Let's get it.
We have to talk about the Voting Rights Act. We have to talk about it because the Voting Rights Act was not protecting black people from America. It was protecting America from what happens when representation starts collapsing. And that's the part that nobody says clearly enough, because people hear Voting Rights Act and immediately think, oh, it's a black issue. But no, black Americans were just the first people to experience this machinery openly. And once the system learns how to engineer representation, it never stays contained, it expands. And now millions of white Americans are facing versions of the exact same thing. Districts that don't feel responsive, elections that feel predetermined, institutions that feel distant, maps that feel engineered, a growing suspicion that participation no longer translates proportionally into power. That feeling is not racially exclusive, it's systemic. But the difference is that black Americans encountered it first and more brutally. And this is why the Voting Rights Act mattered so much, because it wasn't just anti-racism legislation. It was a democratic pressure valve. It was a line in the sand that said you cannot redesign democracy every time participation expands. And what people don't understand is that they didn't destroy this protection in one moment. It wasn't one moment. They destroyed the geometry slowly. The original Voting Rights Act had teeth. It didn't just punish discrimination after damage was done. It stopped states before they could change the map, before they could close the polling places, before they could restructure the districts, before they can dilute representation and then spend years trying to hide behind court delays. That real power was pre-clearance. It was pre-clearance. The burden used to be on the state. Now the burden is on the citizen. That shift, it changes everything, because modern Americans do not live in a crisis that is just filled with corruption. It is representational instability, and you can feel it. The districts are drawn so aggressively now that people already know the outcome before voting even begins. Think about how psychologically corrosive that is. Really consider it. You grow up hearing your voice matters, and then you become an adult and realize that your entire neighborhood was folded into a map like origami, not even to represent you, but just to contain you, and then everybody acts like it's normal. It's not normal. This is exactly what happens when politics stop being about persuasion and start becoming about engineering the field itself, not convince more people, but optimize the map. And the terrifying part is that nobody even really flinches at the fact it isn't hidden anymore. The maps are public, the strategies are public, and the lawsuits are public, and everybody knows it's just a disaster. That's just the disaster. It's not just corruption. It's visible manipulation becoming normalized architecture. Because once people start believing that representation itself is engineered, democracy changes psychologically. Every law starts feeling artificial. Every district starts looking suspicious. Every court ruling starts feeling existential. Every election starts feeling pre-rigged before it even happens. And then the country enters a recognition crisis. This is exactly how it hits. And I want you to get what I'm talking about, right? Because people suddenly don't become irrational. That isn't what goes on. They start noticing the machinery. And this is the part that liberals and conservatives get missing about each other. Because each side thinks that the other side is uniquely delusional. But a lot of Americans are reacting to something structurally real. The feeling that the system is becoming less responsive while demanding more emotional loyalty from them. And that combination is very dangerous because democracies are not held together by agreement. They're held together by losability. Hear what I just told you. Democracies are held together by losability. The belief that if I lose today, the system still fundamentally belongs to all of us tomorrow. America's straining that belief real hard right now. Real hard, especially after the Voting Rights Act was weakened. Because once federal preclearance died, everything shifts downstream. Years of lawsuits, endless court battles, maps surviving long enough to shape elections anyway, districts engineered with surgical precision, and politicians increasingly choosing their voters instead of voters choosing politicians. And here's the catastrophic part. Even if this is all technically legal, human beings do not experience legitimacy technically. Here's what I told you, right? Even if all the problems I told you are technically legal, human beings do not experience legitimacy technically. They experience it emotionally. People need to feel that participation still reaches reality. And that's the actual fuel of democratic stability. I just told you it right now. People need to feel that participation still reaches reality. Without that, because once enough citizens, black, white, Latino, Asian, rural, urban, all of them start to feel politically non-local, the emotional foundation of democracy starts to stabilizing. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you think this only affects minorities, you're misunderstanding how systems work. Systems never practice on one group forever. They generalize. That's what systems do. So the moment that representation becomes something that can be strategically engineered instead of mutually protected, everybody eventually on the inside starts to live within the consequences of that. Right. I want you to get it, right? Even the people who thought they were outside the blast radius, because that is the real danger. It is not voter suppression. It is recognition collapse, right? It's when enough people stop believing that the system can metabolize dissatisfaction peacefully. I want you to catch what I just told you. It's when enough people no longer believe that the system can metabolize dissatisfaction peacefully. They start relating to politics no longer like a shared future. They relate to it merely as survival. And that is the ultimate threat right there.
I need you guys to understand something. I believe that the system was cooked the moment they let someone as corrupt as Trump get back in there. Even in that belief, I'm going to do everything I can before shit get dark. I'm going to vote. I'm going to organize, protest, form self-defense teams, train up, arm up, be ready. No matter what happens, voting is our primary weapon in the fight against white supremacy, but it's not our only weapon. I told you, I'm more heavily armed now than I was in Afghanistan and Iraq because I understand it does not matter what you say. One thing that the United States understands is how to use violence against people. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, Fred Hampton, all went out the same way. It don't matter if you non-violent, matching the sea energy, no matter what you call yourself. Demons here respond with violence. That's just what it's been. And we have to be willing to fight. This is a generational fight. If we let these demons win, that's it. Democracy dies. Our children have far less rights. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. It shows you this capitalist shit is evil as hell. They're not even hiding it anymore. The problem is, if somebody is evil as Trump can gain power, then someone even worse can come along because there are no checks and balances. That shit's out the window. It's a nice, convenient lie that people told each other. There are no checks and balances. What are you getting into out there, bro? Damn dog chasing something down. But that's why we're here. Understand that. So all that shit about Israel, man, we know Israel. Listen, they've been in bed with Israel. They've been in bed with Israel. Netanyahu been fucking racist. He didn't even see Obama when he was in office. And Congress coddled him. They let a foreign actor come in here and hold something, not even talk to the fucking head of the free world. They let him go straight to Congress. So they've been racist. Miss me with that shit. People lost their fucking mind when Obama got elected and when he got reelected. It is what it is, man. And I got a whole 12-minute segment, or actually about a 22-minute segment, talking about why I don't do Jim Crow Jesus. I'm over Jim Crow Jesus. Christianity is the last thing I want to see again. I am over that shit, guys. Christianity is nothing but a tool for white supremacy. Enslaved us for hundreds of years, that nonsense. Still keeping us enslaved. So I'm over it. They lied about everything. Still lying. Most Christians voted for Donald Trump. Anything else I want to get in there? Yep, let's get it.
Let me tell you something about voting in this country that almost nobody's teaching you. The people who tell you your vote doesn't matter are the people benefiting when you don't vote. That's documented. There are receipts, reports, Senate investigations, and by the...
Hold on. Somebody said, what about Black Jesus? Hey, man, I don't need any Jesus. I've seen the spiritual realm for myself. And all this man-made religion that people told you was out there, it's not about that, man. I don't need Jesus. And Jesus is absolutely white in America. So I don't know what you're talking about. Go to the Mormon church. You ain't gonna see no Black Jesus nowhere in the fucking Mormon church, bro. All right, them portraits of white men. King James, queer white man. All that shit is made up. It's made up, bro. It's not about, listen, whose message? Jesus ain't real, bro. I'm sorry. And listen, man, go watch my other video if you need more time with that. Take as much time you need with that. Jesus ain't real. We made that shit up. And you keep on believing it. They told you something over and over again. Where is he at? Where is Jesus at? Where is he at? They said he rose again. Where the hell is he at? All right? The Bible is a mixture of multiple books that were stringed together. And hell, the Catholic Church restricted it only to 66 books. Come on, man. So come on. Listen, man. Listen, you ain't nobody. Listen, there's a lot of things I'll never be a Christian ever again. I will never, ever, ever be a Christian ever again. I reject Jim Crow Jesus and everything. Take that shit and throw it out. Christianity has been the worst scam ever perpetuated on the human race. Look what they do. Hey, what are you doing down here? How'd the land shark get down here? Hey, who let the land shark down here? My dogs go crazy down here and shit. See, that's how dogs be getting sick out there, just getting in the shit, nobody watching them. Look, man, I don't want to veer this off into another session, but you know something? Hold on. Somebody on here in this Jesus shit, man. Give me a sec. Let me pull up a video real quick. I didn't want to take this damn side quest, but let me see if I got it in here. Because we're going to need to get it. We're going to need to get this, man. We need to get this. Here we go. Let's get it.
Black church is the last step before Black people can get out of slavery.
Hey, I do not believe in any religion, but I'm absolutely spiritual. I believe in the spiritual realm because I've seen it for myself. Therefore, I know I don't have to be forgiven for anything. We are the universe. Right, but I want you to get what this lady is saying before y'all run out of time. Let's get this real quick.
Black church is the last step before Black people can get out of slavery.
it's the last like stop. You know what I mean? Like the train is leaving. They're off the plantation. Great. They're voting. Excellent. You know what I mean? But like they gotta leave the church or they stay sucked in. And that's incredibly difficult because, and here's why, historically speaking, black churches actually are closer to spirituality than, say, their white counterparts in America. That's because the white counterparts in America are heavily they're Protestant, okay? The Protestants didn't want anything to do with that Catholic shit, and the Catholics were all like, the God is divine, I feel God.
Hold on, man. Let me tell you something, man. Even the promise of Christian heaven is hell for me. Okay? I am an astral traveler, my friend. I have the ability to throw my spirit into different realms. And that changed my entire fucking outlook on life. Why would I want heaven or hell when I got the entire fucking universe to choose from? Why would I want that? Hell has no power and heaven has no power over me. Period. I'm sorry. I am not listening to deities that can't do shit. If you all powerful, then why are children still dying? If you all good, why the hell did you let us be enslaved? Hey, can somebody get this dog? Who let these dogs down here just running crazy? You know this dog go getting everything, she a puppy. So, listen, guys, we out of time, guys. Sorry, man. You guys got to jump over to my IG, or not my IG. You guys jump to my Substack, or my YouTube, or my other page. But we out of time, guys. And remember, whether it takes 10 months or 10 years, we must be absolutely relentless in our fight against the white delusion of white supremacy. I see you on the other side, IG. All right, while that's going down, let old girl finish her thought, and then we'll get into it.
In my body. And sometimes God makes me sin, but I like being in a complicated, guilt-ridden relationship with an invisible man that comes to me in the night. So you can see why the Protestants were really not feeling the Catholics, even though the Catholics were really about that body, the divine God, the sacrament. The Protestants were like, stop. Bitch, that's fucking weird. I don't like it. I'd rather just sit in guilt and shame. In fact, I don't want to talk to anybody about how God watches me at night and knows that I'm bad. And if I feel any kind of joy or titillation inside of me, I know that it's the devil. That's what went to America. And so you can see that's really fucking intense. Like the blueprint on there is essentially, I'm not ruled by myself. Somebody else is either always surveilling me because either I feel guilty or I just feel shame. Guilt is weird because you can be in a fucked up sexual relationship with guilt, which is why Catholicism has a lot of sexual tension to it. Whereas like Protestantism, specifically Calvinism, the Calvinist man, they just sit in shame. Like feeling anything, like emotions are the devil. And both of these different groups have some illiteracy going on, right? When it comes to what is and is not healthy emotions running through the body, like, right? Like we don't have a lot of conversation at this point in time in Europe, let alone America, about emotional regulation.
Oh shit, hold on. Dio just like my reel. That one I just showed you guys. Yeah, when I was going to Amanda, giving her that work. What the fuck I'm talking about, man? Listen, we have to hold it down for black women. We have to protect each other. All right, let me get back to this.
And the nervous system. You start saying things like that back then, and people will fucking kill you for speaking in devil tongues, you know? Like, what are you talking about? Now, let's move to black church. Black people actually brought spirit back into the church without it being sexual. Hey, listen, I don't know anybody's personal experiences. I'm just speaking about the overall. Gospel music, right? It brings divinity in without guilt. You're supposed to. And the reason why is because black people were enslaved. So they were literally praying to God for freedom and liberation, whereas everyone else was praying to figure out how to emotionally regulate while also being abused and sexually abused and mentally, emotionally abused in households using God as the reason why, right? Like they were oppressed, but they also weren't but they were also oppressing other people. Okay. So they weren't oppressed and just suffering the oppression of others in a foreign world where they've been kidnapped. They went into this willingly. These are beliefs that they have, not ones that are forced upon them. So praying for liberation is something that brings you towards divinity. Praying for whatever odd schemes you've got going on keeps you in a loop. And that's the difference between, say, the white churches that are heavily Protestant in nature. Now, their Protestantism has diluted and moved into other things. You've got Presbyterians, you've got Baptists, Methodists, and then you've got Mormons, right? These are all just like the same vein of the Protestant coming out of Europe from the Lutheran times. You get what I'm saying? Coming all the way slowly, making its way farther and farther and farther away from the source. The farther it gets from the source, the less creative it is. That's why when you look at them Protestant people, anytime you look at a white person, they ain't got no color, no nothing going on. It's all gray and quiet and still and calm and control and silence. That's that Protestantism on high, because any type of stimulation is a trigger point for them, because they never learned emotional regulation or nervous system regulation, because a lot of their practices are just abusive. And if you are emotional or you have a nervous system that's awake in an abusive space, you become what they hate the most, which is Catholic. The Black Church negates all of that. Okay, it's in a little sect of its own. Okay, it's neither Protestant, it's not Catholic. It's something that people can't quite put their fingers on. And gospel music at this point has completely changed the shape of America. Gospel music is American music. All American music comes from gospel music. Now, that's the beauty of it, right? The problem with it is that all these people still pray to the God that the question that all kids come up with, all Black kids, is why do we pray? Why, it seems like God allowed us to be enslaved and brought here and in captive. Why would you pray to a God who does that? And I'm going to leave a link down below to the creator, Mindy, who sparked this conversation, because she told a story about, she asked that question to her mom, and her mom said, well, sometimes, just like when you have kids, you really, you do everything that you can to get them to do the right thing. And then when they don't, you just have to break out a belt and beat the shit out of them, to get them to do the right thing. That's that cognitive dissonance that exists in the Black church that has to be removed. It's that story. That is not true. That's white people. That's praying to a white man and calling him God. That's praying to a white man and calling him God. The reason why Black people are on this continent is a lot to do more than the transatlantic slave trade. There were already West Africans over here interacting with other people, Asians that were here for a very long time. I think Asians plus some other groups of people. You have to understand, humans have been developing for a really long time. White people came along and then figured out human development. No. They were coming out of the dark ages. People have already been building civilizations and living your modern day life right now. While you have a phone, and it's a very specific modern time. It's the modern day era from the white viewpoint. There were other modern day eras just like this: indoor plumbing, nice civilization, food, blah 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 blah. But from a different viewpoint, from the minds of people that weren't white. And I mean white specifically. The construct and the ideology that was born out of Portugal, that isn't even historical. That's not old. That's still fairly fucking new. That was the 1500s, guys. 500 something, 600 years, okay, is a blip in human time, okay? Marcus Aurelius, I have his book, Meditations, on my shelf. He was around 2,000 years ago. I got a book about Cleopatra over here. She was around 2,000 years ago. So 600 years ago, coming up.
Hey, I went and downloaded that shit too. The Marcus Aurelius, brilliant mind he has. I've been listening to that shit since I seen this video. Let me add that shit to my arsenal.
The concept to understand people, guys, Alexandria was the global tourist hub of ancient Egypt. Had died because the Ptolemies, Cleopatra and her family and shit like that, they took over. They were Greek. Ancient Egypt had died before the Greeks got there. But ancient Rome, Alexandria, this was a popping place. Culture everywhere. Adventure. Destruction. Creation. So much was happening in a city that was well-developed. Civilization, many different, universities, all sorts of stuff. Civilization in the modern day as we know it today is about the same as it was years ago. Just totally different, because it's a different iteration. It's seen through the eyes of different types of people with different visions. White specifically from like the Portugal concept that came out so that they could justify all of the imperialism and all the crazy shit, was to me a last ditch effort for the far west to be able to participate in the global economy like everyone else was. And their participation, because nobody wanted to participate with half of their fucked up shit, then they had to invoke violence. And invoking violence on others, as you can tell, as a way to get them to do what you want to do, is not godly. Nature doesn't invoke violence upon you. Nature just moves. And either you move with it or you don't. But it's your choice. Only whiteness beats the shit out of you, calls that God, and says, one day you'll understand. Last time I checked, okay, it takes a person to put you in chains, not a spiritual entity. You, the spiritual entity, you put yourself in chains when you, like, you know, you condition yourself to believe and think a certain way. You can imprison yourself, but that still requires you to choose to imprison yourself. So that's what the Black church has to leave behind, the idea of white Jesus. And I mean, we've been saying that for a very long time. My family, I was never raised Christian. My biological father tried to at one point in time, and I don't think that that worked out very well. I mean, by I don't think, I just mean like it didn't work out well. Also, funny enough, I tend to have a lot more divinity and divine conversations and insight on that stuff, even as a young child, than people who were practicing it. And so it would oftentimes freak them the fuck out because they appeared more devil-like than I did in my own cognitive understanding. But that's because I wasn't raised Christian. So, yeah, get rid of white Jesus. That shit's not cute. Okay, bye.
Go, man. There you go, right? White Jesus got to go. It's a lie, guys. It's a lie. And not only is it a lie, it has been weaponized against Black people, because that is white culture, right? To go and destroy, rape, pillage, and wipe away history, blow the nose off the sphinxes because you don't want nobody else getting credit, and then lying about Christopher Columbus. Look at it. I called the Christopher Columbus effect. Look how they lie about that colonizer to this day. Look how they worship Charlie Kirk. Look how they worship damn Orange Jesus in the White House. Look at who their heroes are. We still have a brutal slave master, Andrew Jackson, on a $20 bill. That tells you everything you need to know about the heroes of those white people. Did they fucking get John Brown on there? No. They get any of these damn Union gang generals who went out here and fought so hard against this shit, the abolitionists? No. It's about that colonization. It's about dehumanizing other people. And really, it's about lying. White people in America can lie like no other. It's their greatest fucking weapon. I've seen it in action, man. Look how many cities burned down because of lies about Black people. And that was always the play. Jealous as fuck. We always in their mind. They're obsessed with us. And they want to fight us. That's why we must fight them in every way. I don't care what your personal belief system is. I believe that the universe can handle you no matter what. Even if you're an atheist, when you cross back over to that spiritual plane, the universe will manifest its way that you can understand it. But we are in a war. And in this war, I plan on fighting with every fucking thing. I plan on using my political weapons. I plan on using my actual weapons. I plan on using everything we can, our knowledge base. And absolutely, it's a spiritual fight. I'm a spiritual person. We spiritual people, especially Black people. Not even civil war and chattel slavery can break our connection to the spiritual realm. I believe the spiritual realm is more real than this realm. But that's a whole nother subject. I don't want to go down the fucking rabbit hole. Right here, we have to transform this world. And we can't do that shit if we let the demons continue to win. This lie of white supremacy is a scourge on the human race, man. We're going to have to kick their ass. We're going to have to kick their ass and get past it. That's the only way we're going to get to a better future. As long as demons like Elon Musk and all these fucking right-wing Harlan Crow, the corrupt-ass Supreme Court with fucking, Uncle Ruckus and that bitch. and all of them being locked in, these Palantir CEOs, and all these demons, these billionaire demons that are in charge right now, they want a very dark future for this country and for this world. We're going to have to defeat their ass. We cannot let them get away with the crimes they've committed. We cannot. We have to fight them. Hope y'all learned a little something tonight, guys. And if you guys want me to talk more about these subjects, drop in the comments, go back, hit the videos, let us know. I will be back here Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. And remember, whether it takes 10 months or 10 years, we must be absolutely relentless in our fight against the white delusion of white supremacy.
They said it was about safety. They said it was about law. But when the government hides behind fake plates and rental vans, it's not safety. It's fascism in broad daylight. Why? Van, no plates, no name, no badge on their hands. They say they're the law, but they don't play fair. They snatch our people like they're ghosts in the air. They don't sneak at night, they come when it's bright. Broad daylight raids in plain damn sight. No warrant shown, no crime to claim, just fear and silence in freedom's name.
We've seen the story, it don't end well when the state turns our streets into a prison cell. From jackboot squads to secret files, now it's ice and modern style.
Like your mother's buzz. Fuck guys, we won't disarray, won't disarray. Fuck guys, we're still right here, right here. They cover their plates, they hide who they are. Unmarked cars from rental lots, parked by the bar. They drag our neighbors with no due cause while waving the flag and breaking the law. They rip families apart on a Tuesday afternoon and call it justice while it's over too soon. But we see the truth and we're calling it out. This is America and we're gonna shout.
History warns us loud and clear. When fear takes power, the end is near. But freedom's louder, we won't bend. We'll fight this fight until the end.
Are you rather fuck ice? Fuck guys, we won't disagree, won't disagree. Are you rather fuck ice? Fuck guys, we're still right here, right here. Are you rather fuck ice? Fuck guys, we won't disagree, won't disagree. Are you rather fuck ice? Fuck guys, we're still right here, right here. This isn't safety. This isn't justice. This is secret police and rental vans. This is tyranny wrapped in a flag. And we, the people, will not comply.
We are the heartbeat, we are the flame. We're not just a slogan, we're more than a name. From border towns to city streets, from factory floors to college seats.
You cannot erase us, you cannot divide. The soul of this nation is on our side. We'll march through the storm, we'll tear down the wall, cause this land belongs to us all. Where you rather fuck ice, fuck guys. We won't disappear, won't disobey. You rather fuck ice, fuck guys. We're still right here, right here. Where you rather fuck ice. We won't disappear. Where you rather fuck ice. We're still right here, right here. We see you. We remember. And we are not afraid.